There's another one. Oh, yes. What is happening today, fishing friends? I am out on the water. Cloud cover, I don't know. Seems like it wants to stay, then it goes. I'm not sure what the clouds are doing, but definitely got a ripple on the water today. So I'm going to start with the old spinnerbait. Haven't got on a killer spinnerbait bite this year, so see if we can get that going. Brought a few other things. Water's pretty dirty here. A little over a foot of clarity, I'd say. Well, we're going to try this, see if we can get anything biting and see what happens. All right, well, nothing there. Let's keep moving, see if we can find some more open spots. All right, well, so far nothing. Throwing a number of things. Haven't even got a nibble. I don't know, this water is way up, way flooded. I don't know how long it's been flooded. We're gonna toss around in here, see if there's anything on this flooded vegetation. Gotta be a couple fish around here somewhere, right? Small fish hiding in these flooded bushes. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh. That was a bite. That was something running with it back into the bush. Try going back over there again. Darn. Well, I did have a positive bite there. That was definitely a bite. Took it and started going back to the right with it over in that vegetation. There's one. Oh, sorry, buddy. Well, of course, in regular fashion, that was a Debo dink. Gosh, I gotta get this dink streak broken. That's all I've been getting lately. All right, number one on the day. I don't know. I don't even know if he'd go pound. Rough fishing. I've just been getting my butt kicked. I'll have one kind of good day here and there, and a bunch of dinks. All right, well, that's a good sign. That's one fish. That's the only place we've had a bite is clear up in this. It makes sense. It's very flooded, very dirty. Hoping some of this nice new green stuff. Hopefully this has been flooded a few days. Usually it takes a few days after somewhere floods for those fish to move up in. You know, usually it doesn't just flood right away and they flock up in there. It takes a few days for that bait and everything else to kind of move up in and start feeding on this stuff. So hopefully it's been enough time for these fish to move up in here. We're gonna focus on that. I'm gonna keep pitching around here. I know there's a bunch of rocks and stuff. Keep pitching around this, see if they're gonna eat this old pit boss a little bit more. Got him. Yes! Finally, a non-dink. Second fish on the day, hiding right here by the dock. All right. That is a solid second fish. Easy fish, easy. There we go. All right. All right, there we go. Not a Debo dink. Second fish of the day, hiding right here by the dock in these rocks. Hopefully we can pull out a few more in here. This is the only place I've been bit so far, so that's a good one. 2.5 pounder, I'd say. Pretty good sized. All the way up to my elbow. Yeah, good looking fish. I'll take a whole day of these guys. Let's get him back in there, number 2. There he goes. All right, well, flipping and pitching flooded timber, one of my absolute favorite things to do. Besides frogging and topwater, flipping and pitching wood is probably my favorite. All right, we're gonna keep flipping and pitching these rocks and this wood over here. This is the only place I've been able to get a bite. There's one, another one. Oh, just a little fella. That's all right, that's all right. We're getting bites. Piled up on these rocks over here. We'll take these. Wade through some more of these little guys. Look at that, absolutely perfect hook set right there. All right, number 3 from one little spot right here. All right, another Debo dink. That's all right. We got a good one in the middle though. Get back in there, fella. Throwing one of my absolute all-time favorite soft plastic. That's the Pit Boss. I also like the green pumpkin with the green flake in there, but you can see killer color. I love that. They already ripped one of my claws off. I might have to switch here in a second. Throwing that on a 4/0 heavy wire EWG hook. That's just one of those laser sharp eagle claws that I get at Walmart. They're actually really good and sharp. pretty decent wire. They're not extremely heavy wire, so you know, if you're flipping and pitching somewhere like Okeechobee, you probably want to go to, you know, an extra heavy wire. But for what I'm doing around here, they've always done me well, and they're very affordable. I do prefer tungsten when I'm flipping and pitching a Texas rig. You know, other things you can go for lead, but I do like a tungsten weight just because it's so small. That's a little 1/4 ounce tungsten. That's a Beast Coast. You know, if you were to go up to something like a lead head, it's going to be way bigger. So just that compact size I really like on the tungsten. As far as the combo, I know I'm going to have a lot of people asking. This is the Luz Laser Pro. I believe this is proprietary to Cabela's. That's the only place I think they sell it. But the old Laser Pro, I think they have a new one out now. This is the 7.5 speed. That's on my 7'2" Arc Viper rod. This is a medium heavy, rated for lures up to 1 ounce. So I'll be doing a review on both of these, the reel and the rod, soon. But let's keep fishing. So far, dragging the old Pit Boss, absolutely one of my favorite all-time soft plastics. Getting it done here today. I'm letting it hit the bottom and dragging it real slow. That was the one difference I made. Over here I was kind of hopping it and not getting much, so just dragging it real slow, trying to feel all those rocks and ticks. I get pretty anxious sometimes and want to move too fast. I know that's one thing my buddy Randy Randizzle that you watch me fish with. When he fishes a jig, he's real slow and methodical with it on the bottom. That's one thing I definitely need to work on getting better with. So, all right, I'm putting a new Pit Boss on. My other one got a couple legs tore off. One thing that I noticed people talked about in my last video when I talked about my top favorite soft plastic for a Texas rig is when I rig this up, people are like, you don't even know what you're talking about. You're rigging that backwards, right? This is supposed to be the top of it. But the reason I don't rig it that way is because when you lay it this way on an EWG hook like this, you can lay that hook completely flat against the back, and these little ribs here stick up, so you don't even have to expose that hook or, you know, skin hook it. You just leave it laying flat right there and it comes over stuff extremely well. You don't have to worry about that catching. If you rig it this way, you've got to bury it here. Usually, like for this size, you can see my hook would be right about there, so it'd be in here. I'd have to skin hook it into there. I personally like rigging it, I guess, upside down the wrong way is what people say, but I like rigging it this way so that hook is hidden and covered in there. Don't have to worry about getting hung up as much. And if you do want to just still barely skin hook it, you have to barely put it in there and it's good and protected. So that's why I rig mine upside down the other way. Give it a try next time. Been working on my left-handed pitching game 1,000 times more confident this year. Worked last year, you know, all in my basement, just trying to get comfortable pitching with the rod in my left hand. Feels pretty good so far. Coming along with it. Not as accurate as when I pitch with my right, but got to start somewhere, I suppose. Got one. Yes, in the trees. There we go. There we go. Man, was in a lull. Look at that. Hiding up in the trees. I was hoping that some of this flooded timber would have some on it. And looky there. Second non-dink of the day. All right. Hook stuck him exactly where we want it to. Look at that. Perfect hook set. All right, there we go. Number 2 for the day. That's another good one. That's over 2 pounds. I don't know what size, maybe probably 2.5 again, somewhere close to that. All right, well, finally a decent day flipping and pitching some of this wood. He'll be out in no time. See ya. I've just been flipping and pitching at this stuff, and boom, throwing it out just past it and dragging it through there, and we got one. You know, all this newly flooded stuff, they're gonna get right up in the heart of it, so you have to be willing to throw that bait in the places that the other anglers walking around the lake or the pond aren't gonna throw it, you know. So get up in the middle in that dirty stuff. The deeper, darker, grosser spots are where those fish are gonna hide. And you also kind of have to watch as you're throwing, picture how you're gonna get it out. If you got a big, huge log in front of you, you know, you can't get clear out to it. You cast way out past that, there's a good chance you're not getting that fish out of there if you do hook up. So you kind of have to keep that in mind too and look at your plan to get that fish in. There's another one. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good fish. Get in here. Do not lose them. Oh my gosh. How about that? How about that fat boy hiding in there? All right. There we go. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That is not a dink. That is a chunky fish. Good gut on it. Feeding up post spawn. How about that? There we go. That's a 3. That's a 3 1/4 pound fish. Nice. I will take a whole day of these. Finally, some non-dinks for Debo. You know what's crazy? Let's get this girl back in there. Get in there, girly. Go. Swim. Gosh, her head looked big when she was coming up through that brush. I got excited. Thought that was going to be my biggest one of the year when she turned. But she was not. And what's crazy about this is I'm not doing anything special today. I looked in my bag and thought, okay, we've got some brush and wood to flip and pitch to. What am I going to go to? I didn't have anything crazy in there, but I did have one of my trusty favorite baits of soft plastics of all time for a Texas rig, the old Pit Boss. There's another one. Oh man, so selective of where you need to put it. That's another good one. Easy fish. Easy fish. There we go. Pound and a half, somewhere around in there. Another decent fish. All right. All about this brush. Right in the middle of it, that one was. Pitched all around it. He didn't hit it till I went right in the middle of that. Son of a gun. There's one. Oh, another one over here on the wood. That's been the only thing today. The only thing catching me fish. Flipping and pitching to this wood. Oh, feels so good to catch some good fish. That's another one over 2 pounds. Close anyway if he's not. Look at that, perfect hook set. It's been a good day of fish just like that. What a fun and awesome day. Oh, there we go. Look at that, another good one. Another one, close to 2 pounds, I'd say. Hiding right here on this wood. All these little sticking up wood and sticks. I saw this as I was coming by and thought, you know what, gotta hit it. Gotta toss it just a little bit, guy. Thought, you know what, gotta hit it. The old Pit Boss. This is why I tell you all, this thing's like the goat of soft plastics for me. Probably help if I turn around like this. The wind is picked up. It's about ready to start storming on me. I've got to go. I'm actually past time, but... All right, fishing friends, that's gonna do it for the day. I had a bunch of fun. Finally got some fish dialed in. Man, it's 100% cloud cover. I was tossing the spinnerbait. Really thought it would be a spinnerbait day, but didn't get it. I have not had an awesome spinnerbait day yet this year, and it's kind of disheartening because that's one of my go-to baits, but oh well, never fear. We put the old Pit Boss to work today, flipping the submerged bushes, and that got it done. That was a ton of fun. Caught a few decent fish. Of course, caught some Debo dinks, but all in all, it was a pretty fun day. So I hope you enjoyed. I don't know what I'm gonna fish next time. I've got a few new things I wanna put to use, so all of you comment below and let me know if there's any new lures you want me to use, especially the lures that I have on box and such. Let me know what you're most excited to see. I wanna put that stuff to work. So I gotta get going, I'm already past time, so of course, boss is probably gonna be mad, but whatever, who cares? Of course, until next time.